Terrific Tuesday. How are we doing, everybody? It's your man and the host of this podcast, Sammy, the man McIntyre. We are back with Moving the Chains. Got to rep the sign today. We got a lot of talking about today, about the coaching hires and fires. It was Black Monday yesterday. Not a great day if you were a coach getting canned. It's the worst feeling. I've been fired. Most people have been fired in their life. It sucks. But I've always said, how's your mental toughness? What's going to break you? Are you going to be able to find a new job? Are you going to regret firing that person? A lot that goes into it. So I wrote down today, I know Sunday night kind of kick-started the coaching hire list, but we had the Titans, Falcons, Cardinals, Browns, and Raiders. Those were the names that got fired yesterday. There was a couple other ones I'm going to touch on tomorrow. I got the bombshell news that John Harbaugh got fired. Unfortunately, he got fired. I'll dive into that tomorrow. It just felt weird near the end in Baltimore. It was time. 18 years, won a ring. Just kind of underachieved the last couple years, but I'll touch on that tomorrow. And my Raiders fired Pete Carroll. Woo! A lot to get to on that, because I read some articles today that just blew my mind, and holy shit, that was a mess. So I'll dive into that tomorrow with the Raiders, but they did fire Pete Carroll. News, breaking that Kubiak's might get the job. Who knows? I'm going to touch on the Raiders tomorrow. But I want to dive into the first couple that I wrote down today. Titans, Falcons, Cardinals, Browns, and the Raiders. So let's start with that. So Titans fired Brian Callahan, who my Uncle Mark knows. He was friends with his dad, and then he got fired right after the Raider game, which we beat him back in September, October time. So Titans got an opening. And my whole takeaway on the Titans is, and I have a strong feeling about this, if I'm them, I was thinking about this today, go get Matt Nagy. And people are going to say, well, Sammy, whoa. He was terrible in Chicago. Excuse me? He went 34-31, 2 playoff appearances with Mitch Trubisky. Hold on. I got to say that again. Mitchell Trubisky. Yeah. The famous number 2 overall pick with the Bears, by the way, traded one spot up to go get 1 year in college. Right? Same guy that you passed on the homes for. So, okay. I don't know. Took him to the playoffs twice. Lost both times. Granted, I mind you that. But he had to deal with Aaron Rodgers in his prime, Matt Stafford in his prime. Oh, and by the way, a guy named Kirk Cousins, who Minnesota was pretty damn good when he was there. You like that? I like that. So that to me, if I'm the Titans, that to me just feels like the right mix right now to go get him. Mike Borgonzi's from Kansas City. Matt Nagy, they both know each other. Pair them both. You have your quarterback. You have draft picks. You have some good players. Cam Ward worked really well last year. Kind of reminds me of Caleb in Chicago. You saw the raw talent. You saw the skills. It just, the shit was so messy with the coaching and all that stuff in season. It just felt weird. So you kind of got that Chicago dilemma. I do think you pair Matt Nagy with this kid. Maybe Matt Nagy's learned his lesson. I'm not saying that it's going to be done, but that's, to me, who I would hire if I'm the Titans. Because you need some pizzazz. And listen, maybe you go get the sexy Clint Kubiak. Maybe that's it. I don't know. My guess is you put Nagy with Cam Ward, it's going to be really good. And they got some talent. They got Tony Pollard. You got to fix the offensive line. You can go in free agency and do that, kind of like the Raiders are going to do, but I'll touch on the Raiders tomorrow. Got a lot to cover with the Raiders tomorrow. Just give you a sneak peek. So I do think that would be the play for me if I'm Tennessee. And also you could go the Mike McCarthy route. He can get another shot. Probably that wouldn't be a bad hire either. Probably a safe choice. I know people are going to groan and moan. I don't know. He's worked with a lot of talented quarterbacks. He's 174, 112. Got a ring. Just had Dallas 3 years in the playoffs. I don't know. I would go Mike McCarthy too. Those would be my choices. So that would be, if I was the Titans, that's what I would do. Still a weird situation. I mean, I still don't know why the fuck they let Vrabel go. That was so stupid. All because of the owner getting a little butthurt and her feelings hurt because he was an asshole. He was mean. Oh, blow me, bitch. You know what? grow up, grow a pair of tough skin. This is big boy business. If you're not involved with it, okay, you ain't for it. You better be tough-skinned. People are swearing, they're cussing, they're all that shit, and you just got offended by it. Wham. Feelings hurt. Boo-hoo. Big whoop. Anyways, so that was what I would do if I'm the Titans. Now, Atlanta, that's in a fascinating spot. It's kind of tricky with Atlanta. The talent's really good, but you don't know a quarterback. I love Mike Penix, but he's been hurt 3 times. As I called my dad today and told him, he's like, yikes. Big yikes is right. So you got that situation. You got the Kirk Cousins still there. What's going on with that? Head coach, GM, they're out the door. You got an 80-year-old owner who put himself in the Hall of Fame. Pretty boss move, by the way. Not sure if I would do that, but is what it is. So you have that going on. You got some talent. Your defense got some players. Jeff Ulbrich did a nice job with that unit this year. You're just kind of weird. And Atlanta's kind of in a wonky division. Like, you could take advantage of that and go, okay, I'm looking around going, division, Tampa's kind of reeling. You don't know what's going on with that. You also don't know Tampa's the best team, but I don't know. They kind of reeling, had a collapse. New Orleans showed moments, but they're still a long ways away. They showed a lot of promise. They were going to tank, but Kellen Moore's been a winner his whole life, so you're not sure with that. And so Carolina, are they still on Bryce Young? I don't know. So Atlanta could pounce on this and get a really good coach. They could. Now, we'll see what happens. We got to wait until the dust settles. But that's what I would do if I'm Atlanta. Go offensive. You've kind of gone this defensive coach route, going back to Mike Smith. You tried to buy Petrino, but that guy's the biggest slime bucket scumbag on the planet. Left him in the middle of the night, if you guys remember. So I just feel like Atlanta, they're kind of in this weird spot. They're kind of a weird organization to me. Got too many chefs in the kitchen. We don't know who's cooking the food. It's kind of bizarre. So you got that going on. And then I wrote this down. Okay, so I touched on Titans, Falcons. Okay, coming down the home stretch here. So Cleveland, God damn it. What the fuck are we doing, Cleveland? God damn it. You fire Stefanski, really? That's the smartest thing to do. I don't know. A guy that, you've had 23 seasons, 2 playoff wins. By the way, both those playoff wins were from this guy you just fired yesterday. Yesterday, you fired him. Make that make sense. Because it doesn't to me. And once again, Cleveland's fucking up. Here's the thing. You fuck around, more you find out. And Cleveland's finding out the hard way. You're not going to find a coach quite as good as him. Went to the playoffs twice. In Cleveland, that's hard to do. You're dumb. Hey, Jimmy Haslam, stop yapping. Doing a lot of that. You're turning into the Jerry Jones of the Midwest, dude. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. It's a lot of yap, not a lot of do. So chop, mofo. Let's go. Okay? Should have kept Stefanski. And if I got to hear one more moron tell me that he sabotaged Shedeur, that is a crock of shit. First of all, Shedeur Sanders, I got to be honest, all you pom-pom wavers, he ain't that it. I said it before the draft, and I'll say it again. Yep, where Sammy was right again. Sammy right, Sammy wrong. She had a new segment on the show, believe me. I'm right and I'm wrong most of the time. I'm humble, I got to admit it. But I was right on this one. All you Shedeur sexuals and all these guys were just buying in it. Yeah, Shedeur, yeah. No. He ain't it, man. Too much of this, too much of the flaunt in the wrist, of the watch, and then legendary draft room when he was 13 and 12. Give me a break. Stop. Too much. You ain't it, bro. Trying to be cool. I don't need that. I want Fernando Mendoza. Trying not to be cool. Yeah, Andy Dalton. Those kind of guys. Okay? Let's turn off. Will Levis, Drew Lock. I've seen this movie before. Yeah, it doesn't end well. So, again, Cleveland's got some decisions to make. Now, you got a great fan base. You have your draft class is fantastic. You have Myles Garrett. You have Jim Schwartz, the top defensive coordinator. You have pieces in place in Cleveland. But again, it comes down to this ownership group's that owner's a weirdo. You better shut the hell up. You better win. Because he's just kind of a wild card. So I think Cleveland's kind of screwed. I don't know what they're doing. That was so stupid to me. Dumb. Letting go of Stefanski. I mean, why? Because what? You won 8 games in 2 years? I don't know. You were in games half the time I watched. It wasn't his problem. You drafted Shador. Because you just were buddy and gave him a blowy with Dion. Joke. And Cleveland just, God damn it. They just make me grind my gears. Don't get me started. We'll fire it up today. Trying to be positive. But that happened. Okay. Cardinals got rid of Jonathan Gannon, which I'm not surprised. I remember that first presser. I watched clips of it today again. Holy God, that was awful. Jesus. Talk about a guy that's cringe. That's cringy. And now I'm hearing rumors that Jason Garrett might get a head coaching job. God help me. Anything to get that dum-dum off NBC, I'm all for. Coach Clapper. Okay, get him off NBC. If you can do that, get him out of the booth. Thank God. I won't have to move my TV anymore. Because that guy is annoying as an analyst. And I thought he was fine as head coach. He was more Jerry's puppet, whatever. God, I'm hoping that happens. Get him out of the booth. God, NBC, just Jesus. And they've done a lot of things well. Putting that guy on the Football Night in America crew, God help us, get him off. I can't, it's annoying. Say something else. Like, I'm all for positivity, but come on. Let it rip a little. Say some shit that's a little uncomfortable. Just saying. So, Cardinals got rid of him. Got rid of Gannon. And like I said yesterday, I kind of piggyback of what I said. I think Arizona's kind of a weird fit. I think it's the least desirable job. Yes, there's some players. Buda Baker. Trey McBride's a stud. Could be the next Kittle. Marvin Harrison could be a superstar. But it's a lot. I mean, they lost 9 straight. Not a great way to end the year. You're in a tough division. You got McVay. You got Shanahan. You got McDonald now. You got a tough uphill climb. That ownership's kind of cheap, and you don't know who's running the show. The only times that they've ever been great is when they had really good coaching. Ken Wisner, who I don't think's a great coach, but he got you to the Super Bowl, mainly because of Kurt Warner and Larry Fitzgerald and that crazy run. And then with Bruce Arians and Carson Palmer. So it's been proven when Arizona gets the right coach and the quarterback's there, the right one, Kyler's not it, and neither's Brissett, then you got some. But until then, they're going to be kind of middle. They're going to be kind of unwatchable. So that's just kind of my take on Arizona. And I don't know. I just feel like with Arizona, they're close. But they're just a long way away. There's been some rumors Brian Flores might get that job. I don't know. I would go offensive coach if I'm Arizona. Because you tried Kingsbury. That didn't work. That blew up in your face. I got that. But that would be, to me, what I would do if I'm Arizona. Arizona's in a weird spot. That's the least desirable job. I saw a Bleacher Report article today that out of the 6, they were like the least desirable. Like, there's 1's the most and 6 probably the least. Arizona's in that list. So I don't think that would be the right play there for me. So there we go on that. And then the Raiders, my Raiders, got fired Pete Carroll. I'm not surprised. I'll get into that tomorrow. I don't want to spoil it. There's a lot to get to with the Pete Carroll thing. A lot of drama, a lot of bullshit. I don't know. So that is all I got for you guys tonight. There's going to be more. I got some more job opening stuff. Ravens firing theirs. I'll touch on more of the Raiders because I always do that with you guys. And then the Ravens just fired John Harbaugh. So that is shocking to me. Interviewing John Harbaugh just got fired, and there's 7 teams already on him. Whoa, craziness. Just got that notification as I'm recording this. So, a lot to get to tomorrow. Raiders, Ravens. I'll touch on that tomorrow. And then the granddaddy of them all, folks. We have got football all weekend long. Thursday night college, Friday night college. 4 teams left out of the 12-team playoff. You got NFL Saturday, Sunday. Get ready. Stay tuned. We have got football. It's the meat of it, baby. I can't wait. Hope you guys are doing well. This is Sammy Mack. Terrific Tuesday. Love the support. Love having you guys on. Love you guys tuning in. Adios. Godspeed.